Cast here, and before we dive into the review of Subnautica, let's watch that intro. In the days of old, most games taught you one thing: fear the water. Now, I can already hear everyone saying that the only reason you died when going into the water was old games had limitations back then. Believe me, I know this. But it sticks with you. That lingering sense of fear will always be in the back of my mind. However, Unknown World Entertainment has come along and created this spectacular survival adventure to show you that the water is both truly beautiful and truly terrifying. Subnautica is a tale of one person's belly flop from space and down to the waters of an alien planet, then struggling to overcome not only the odds, but striving on an H2O-enveloped world brimming with mysteries and secrets. Subnautica starts off in a traditional way. Things going to hell in a handbasket. You're in a life pod that is on fire and careening towards the planet below. With alarms blaring and a loose piece of escape pod bouncing around, you get that first real feeling of terror that is going to be a big part of Subnautica. After a crack on the head and what I can only assume is a splitting headache, you awake. Once the fire is out, you leave the escape pod and step out onto the roof to gaze upon the stars, vast ocean, and wrecked aurora. So while the life pod is a safe haven on an alien world, it is what lies in the water of this aquatic habitat overflowing with new types of plants, fishes, and alien sharks that is truly breathtaking. Subnautica is beautiful and terrifying. The constant time dwindling down on your O2 supply gives you a sense of urgency and fear of drowning. The wails of the creatures from the abyss leave you terrified of what might jump out at you as you float 250 meters under the surface, with nowhere to hide. Add in some jump scares now and then and anyone's heart would be pumping. That being said, while you are mostly helpless, you do get your trusty survival knife and some vehicles to help you navigate your new aquatic home. However, most of the greatest hunters in the sea are almost impossible to kill, meaning that using cunning and stealth are better than brute force to keep you from becoming extinct. Subnautica has one of the best crafting systems in the survival genre. It is straightforward and easy to use. Gather the resources from the ocean floor, use the fabricator, and once you've built your trusty scanner, unlock new patterns from the debris of the aurora. Once the life pod feels too cramped, use your fabricator to create a habitat builder and create a base of operation. Then build your sea moth and several other vehicles. It just feels very effortless and simple, unlike some open world systems out there. Graphics in this game are fantastic, and the detail of every fish, plant, hunter, and structure is carefully crafted. The sound effects are well done, crisp and above the water, and muted under the water, but in a good way. It really brings to life the wails and sounds of the apex creatures under the water. The positional audio is an added bonus, especially for those that play in VR. The music is unique to the habitat you are in, which helps to set you on edge or allows you a feeling of ease depending on just where you have ventured. One issue I had with Subnautica is that while the detail in the game is amazing, it lacks an ability to adjust the draw distance. So plants, fish, and structures just suddenly pop up out of nowhere as you zoom by in the sea moth or cyclops, because of how fast they move in comparison to how fast the character swims. The story of Subnautica unfolds in several different ways and is something I will leave to you adventurers to find and live out. What I will say is the story weaves around the mythos of the planet. It has a great sci-fi feel, and while most open world games leave it to you to piece the story together, sometimes hours or days in between, Subnautica gives you clear points and directions on where to go to learn just what is going on. I'm also disappointed to not see a multiplayer mode. The game designers said in early beta that the game wouldn't have multiplayer, but the world in this game is something I feel really could have led to hours of entertainment and laughs with friends. Survival games are by far one of my favorite genres, because you never know what will happen from moment to moment in these types of games, and my playthrough will never quite be like yours. It is these variants to the game that keeps me playing them, and why I tend to rack up so many hours. So my end thoughts on Subnautica is that you should pick it up for your library. It is what an open world game needs to have. The ecosystem is vibrant, lush, and enticing, yet still terrifying and inducing fear, so it keeps it from feeling too easy. Rating wise, if I had to break it down on a 5-star merit, I would give it a 4.5. So take a trip under the sea to a world filled with secrets, mystery, and beauty. This is Cast, signing off. The seaweed is always greener in someone else's lake. You dream about going up there, but this is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more is looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Thank you everybody for watching this review. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell.